What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. First day free agency, well, I guess legal tampering period, has happened, and Fields is a New York Jet. And basically this is my reaction to all that's happened thus far. I'll start with the positives. Trading for DK Metcalf, awesome move. I think he's going to help out the team. That generally makes me pretty excited. And quickly, all my excitement has been evaporated from my body. Great, got the phone going off. Because we don't have a quarterback. And your options, as of the time of this recording, are now Rodgers or Russ or Daniel Jones or any other uninspiring pick to lead this team for 2025. And you have absolutely zero ability to plan for the future in terms of current options. I don't know how you can let a 26-year-old quarterback with potential that went 4-2, had a winning record, had all these things, QBR equal to Patrick Mahomes during the first 6 of those weeks of the season, walk out of the door for $20 million a year. That's like quarterback 25 money. That's nothing. It's nothing. Good on the Jets. They loved a guy. They went after him, and they believed in him. Something the Steelers, I guess, just never did. You rented a guy for 6 games. He gave you a winning record, and then you benched him with the idea that, he was just going to wait for you. He's a fallback option. He'll be there next year, and you did nothing about it to extend him at any given time along the way. You didn't give him an offer he couldn't say no to, and now the young, talented, playmaking quarterback that was a first-round pick as recent as 2 years, 3 years ago, 4 years, whatever, with talent, and there's a reason that he was a hot commodity in free agency because all the other teams saw how good he played for the first 6 games of the year, and you just let him out the door. And your fallback option is nothing. It's going to end up being probably Aaron Rodgers at the time of this recording for a 1 year. Who knows how much? Russ is an uninspiring pick. We saw him lose 5 games in a row. Daniel Jones, yuck. Could trade for a young quarterback with potential, like, I don't know, Kenny Pickett or something. I think he'd do fine in this offense. I still am a believer, but nonetheless, that ship sailed. It's just disappointment. I wrote down some notes. Let me see if I missed anything. You should have never benched him after 6 games in which he did well. And this is all on Mike Tomlin, by the way. That was Mike Tomlin's Lone Ranger decision. He went out on a limb against everybody in the organization to go with the old guy. Old guy loses 5 games in a row, and that's all on Mike Tomlin. It can go down as being a fireable offense. If Fields goes to New York and he succeeds and he turns into a playmaker like people think he can, it's a fireable offense. But that won't happen because he just gets given all the grace in the world for not winning a playoff game in like a decade. So where I think we go from here, I don't want to sulk too long on the past. What has happened has happened. So from here, you want to build up the roster, make it quarterback proof. I think that's been the truth all along because you never knew if Fields was going to turn out to be good or not. So you want to build up this roster to make it quarterback proof. So keep building up the defense. They signed Darius Slay. 34, I don't know how well that's going to turn out for you. I think it's more of a stopgap to give Corey Trice 1 more year to be opposite Joey Porter Jr. Cole Holcomb comes back. Really the big move is DK Metcalf, wide receiver, to add to George Pickens. I think instantaneously you got a top 10 receiver room in the league, or a top 10 duo. The receiver room I think could still use 1 more piece. Tight ends are there. The offensive line hopefully is going to be there. Hopefully you get a running back playmaker. And in this draft, if you don't, that's also gross incompetence. You just do your best to QB-proof this whole roster. And you go all in on next year's quarterback class in 2026. Hopefully it's supposed to be better. The draft is supposed to be in Pittsburgh, so throw your assets together and go get a quarterback high, top 10. Gonna have to. It can happen. The Bills didn't draft Josh Allen number 1. Patrick Mahomes wasn't drafted number 1. Chiefs traded up to get him. So there's always quarterbacks that are going to be there that you can get. Top 10, you just got to be willing to pay the price for it. Steelers are going to get a couple of comp picks this year based on those free agents that have left. So yeah, it's just a bummer. And if you draft a middle of the round guy this year like a Jackson Dart or a Jalen Milroe, it doesn't matter. That's not the future. So it takes the wind out of the 2025 season. It just makes it feel worthless because you're not going to win a Super Bowl. You're going to be good enough to maybe make the playoffs, and if you do, you're going to lose first round, and then guess what? You don't have a quarterback on the roster again, and we're just back to square one. So it's a bummer, but you just build the roster to be its best, and you go from there. So rather than that, I got my Reds hat on. It's baseball season, so got that to look forward to. Like the video, subscribe for more Party Chat Sports content. We'll see y'all next time.